What's up, YouTube? Drew here, and you are with me at my shop, and I am working on my car hauler today. I absolutely love this thing. It is a retired Penske, but now it is a Drewski, and if you like that, it's not too early to give the video a thumbs up. Anyway, this has pretty sophisticated axles and brakes. It's got disc brakes on it with calipers. It's got double bleeder valves, which are serviceable. By the way, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, this guy is a 6mm, this is an 11mm. This is the part that opens. This just takes the serviceable, replaceable bleeder assemblies out of the caliper so they can be replaced. This is a wheel bearing like you would see in the back of a front wheel drive car. There's 4 bolts in the back that hold a sealed hub bearing assembly into an axle. It's not a spindle. There's no greasing bearings. There's none of that. And of course, it's got disc brakes, which is awesome. Well, mine came to me without working brakes, and I did not know that until I unfortunately went all the way to the port of Baltimore and back with a car on the trailer. And by the way, while we're talking about Baltimore, our prayers do go out to the families affected by the tragedy at the Francis Scott Key Bridge there. That was actually the morning of when I'm filming this. Horrible, horrible news. Anyways, so bleeding the brakes is pretty simple. You've got 2 bolts here to take out. This guy here, this is what pulls, and there's a lever down there, and that actuates the master cylinder. If you were to lose the trailer, this is connected to your hitch bar, and it pulls it, and then this spring tab here locks it in place. But you're going to get rid of that spring tab so you can use either all of this as a lever to actuate the master cylinder, or you could do what I did. This guy here has a couple of pins sticking off the side of it, and there's slots in the hole that it goes in, and just take that out. You're going to need something like my pick here later to push the rod for the master cylinder in enough to put this back together. And you're just gonna, I'm trusting you guys are mechanically inclined enough to know what well, not know what I'm talking about, but to get in there and figure it out. I'm just telling you what to expect. I'm not gonna do this job again on film, unfortunately, but yeah, so then you open this up and make sure you keep it full of fresh brake fluid. You want to start with the farthest wheel. The brake lines go to the wheels in the order they are closest to the master cylinder, and they do, I mean, I suppose these two and these two are the same distance this way, but the brake line comes to that wheel first, and then from there it splits over. So you're going to start with this guy, and it's just like bleeding brakes on a car. You're not going to mess with the 11mm. You're just going to, loosen the 6mm on the top one, put a piece of aquarium tubing down into a jar, and you're just going to, with very, relatively short strokes, especially if you take out this assembly like I did and use a screwdriver. This won't let you stroke too far in. The screwdriver will. So maybe get a feel for how far the stroke is before you take the entire assembly off and use a screwdriver. But you're going to use short strokes, about every 4 or 5 of them. Refill this guy, and basically just keep doing that until you have clean fluid coming out of again, that wheel, then that wheel, then this wheel, then that wheel. And once you've got that clean fluid coming out, you are you're going to be able to start to feel a difference up at that master cylinder. Mine was just totally full of air, and it really did nothing. Now that it's bled, I actually, when I put everything back together, again, clear fluid coming out is a good indicator that, the fluid's all through it, no more bubbles. When I put it all back together, I was no longer able to pull that tab by hand. I actually had to put a cheater bar on it. I pulled it forward till the spring snapped up to it and held it in place and verified that I can't move any of these by hand. And I am very certain, based on how much effort it took, that everything is working properly. I'm gonna put a car on it today and go test it out. Make sure that you, hopefully you like this video, and if you do, definitely give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel, because that's what this channel is all about, is just, fixing stuff, car related. I use this to get my JDM cars from the port of Baltimore. But just make sure you like this video and you subscribe so you can come back and check, because I'm working on uploading the actual factory manual. This is a Demco AT, that's Alpha Tango 7000. This one's P like petroleum, but it could be C like Charlie. So again, make sure to like and subscribe so you can have that resource. And I really do hope this video was helpful or entertaining or both. And of course, if it was, again, one more time, please give it that thumbs up. Helps the internet know that it's good content. So take care and God bless. Bye-bye.